Hi guys, welcome back to my channel Lush Foliage. So some of you had asked me for a update on the Heliconia. So you can see this is how it's doing. It has grown really massive from compared to what it was last time. It also has a lot of weeds which I will have to personally sit and pull it out. Now I prefer to pull out the weeds rather than just cutting half of it, because these tend to pull out a lot of nutrients from the soil. So I prefer to pull them out with the roots so that they don't grow back again. But we can't do much because the seeds happen to fall in it and they start to grow. And it is continuing to grow. You can see a lot of new shoots that are coming up. So basically the rhizomes inside is putting up a lot of new shoots. So this one is the new one, and then a couple of more. These are the older ones at the back. And you can see how beautiful the foliage looks. Probably maybe in a month or so I hope I can see flowers. As of now I don't see any flowers. It is putting out new growth, but I don't see any flower stalk coming up. It's going to have the orange flowers, so I am very excited. Hopefully I see them very soon. I have been adding a good amount of fertilizers apart from putting in some dry tea leaves. I think the major help for this was adding of the waste tea leaves. That has really helped this plant a lot, so I will continue to give that. Probably it likes those tea leaves, so I will be adding in some more as and when I collect the tea leaves. But overall the plant is doing quite well. You can see I have used a old paint container because that is the largest one I could find. Otherwise most of the pots are very small. They are around 7 inches, but these require really large pots, so that's why I had a paint container. I have a couple of more which I will be using, but so far the plant is doing quite well. I would say don't grow this plant indoor. It's not an indoor plant. Heliconias are not indoor plants. They need to be grown outdoor. This one receives morning direct sunlight for around 5 to 6 hours. A little bit of burning on the tips, but that nothing much can be done because I can't move this plant. I am giving it a good amount of morning direct sunlight, but overall the plant is doing quite well. So I will continue to do the same process of giving those dry tea leaves along with my compost tea. Apart from that, the soil has to be slightly moist. You cannot keep the soil dry. They are not drought tolerant plant. They need even amount of moisture in the soil, a slight even moisture, not soggy wet soil, and the plant will do quite well. So overall, as you can see, this is the update. The plant is doing extremely well. Quite happy with the growth of the leaves. I will show you the other Heliconia as well. If you remember this Heliconia, it was in a very bad condition. As I said, when I had purchased the plant, after I put it into the soil, it started to dry out rapidly, but there is nothing to be worried. It's a very common thing that can happen, because especially when the plants are coming from a very high humid environment, and when they come into an environment which is a little bit dry, it is a very common phenomena for them to dry. In case if you have bought Heliconias and they have dried up like this, please do not throw them off. Maintain a slight amount of moisture in the soil. Do not add fertilizers, just maintain a slight amount of moisture in the soil. Give them, I would say, indirect bright light for the initial period, but still the leaves will dry, which is absolutely normal. If your leaves are not drying, good for you. But if your leaves are drying, do not throw it out, because I'm going to show you. This is how it looks right now. You can see I have taken out all the dry leaves, and these are the new shoots that are coming up. You can see this. So it took quite some time, probably a month and a half, and now it is starting to put out new growth. I just took out the dry leaves. I've cut them off, but now it is giving me the new leaves. This one is still inside the old leaf, but this one is, like you can see, it's very fresh, very green. So I'm very happy. I have just pulled out some of the weeds, grass, and I'm just going to leave them on the upper layer of soil. This will act like a fertilizer. So if you have a case like this wherein your Heliconia is drying its leaves after purchasing it, please don't throw it. Continue to give the watering, maintain a slight amount of moisture in the soil, and trust me, it is going to do quite well. So guys, that's all about it. I will take out the remaining weeds along with the roots so that they don't grow back again. But overall, you can see the plant is doing extremely well. The size of the leaves are also growing by the day. Initially the leaves were very small, but now I can notice that the leaves are also growing really tall, and they're looking much better than what it was earlier. So that's all about it, guys. I hope that this video was helpful to you. If it was, please hit the like button. And if you're new to my channel, please consider subscribing to it. Until then, take care, stay safe, and keep planting.